Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1960 Hermes 3000 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Switzerland, and in my opinion, the best typewriter of all time. This is the first generation of the three that Hermes 3000s came in. The difference is mostly the shell. This is the curvier top, first generation. The second generation is squared off top, and the third generation is plastic shell. This is all metal, but the third generation goes plastic and it's even more boxy square. And pretty much all the same as far as functioning goes. The main difference is just the shell. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bell that sits on top. It's got two adjustable rollers, a scale and margin indicators in red there. The margins are, I think they're called lighting margins, but they're like magic margins. So you just put the cursor where you want the margin and you flip this switch underneath this is the carriage release, this is your margin um, switch, and it'll send the margin to that spot. If you want it closer to the edge, you just hold it up and push the carriage to where you want it and let it go. So now it's on the edge where I want it. This is your carriage release. Same concept with the right margin. Right now it's pretty close to the middle, so if you want it closer to the edge, you hold the carriage release and the magic margin at the same time, and then push it to where you want it. Let it go, and now the margin is there. If you want it closer to the middle, you just put the cursor where you want it and then just flip the switch like that. I want it on the edge for maximum clearance, so I'm just going to set it right there. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips one, 1.5, or 2. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip the switch forward 1 notch. It skips 1.5, 1 more. It skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that all the way down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it on the yellow indicator, it prints right down the middle. So if you have a black and red ribbon, it would print basically the top portion of the characters would be black and the bottom portion would be red. If you have a solid black ribbon, you can use it three times as much by using the black section, which is the blue indicator, the yellow, and the red. But if you have a black and red ribbon, I don't know how useful that yellow is. Maybe for fun, you can print really weird looking ink. So when you have it on the blue, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. When you have it on the silver indicator, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. So we're going to use the red ink right now. It's the best of the best. If you are in the market for a typewriter and you don't know what to get, these are going to be more expensive than most typewriters, but they are worth it. And they are getting more rare as time goes on. They don't make them anymore, obviously. The print looks really good. It's pica, director pica, so it's a little bit unique. Really easy to read font. Looks really good. I like that better than your typical standard font. And on this next line, I'll just type a sentence in the yellow, which is right down the middle, so you can see that. Beautiful. So it just kind of looks, it doesn't look good when you have it on the yellow. So you can see the red and then the yellow below it. It just looks kind of like like your font or your shift is off on your vibrator. But people say that they use that when they have a solid black ribbon to just get more ink out of the ribbon. So also a function that I always forget to do is you can draw a line, a straight line with a pen. If I can find a pen. Sorry about that. With these little notches, and a lot of typewriters have that, just kind of inconspicuous. There's a little hole in here, and then you just move the carriage along like that, and you can draw a straight line. It looks really good too. So that's what those little holes are for if you have holes in your paper shield. All right, so to pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. Gonna flip that down for now. Shift on each side, a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again, backspace, top left, very smooth. This is your tab set and clear. So right now we have tab set on 10 space intervals. So I'm just gonna clear all of them by hitting the triple line here button, and that clears all the tabs. So now that we don't have any, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. You can set as many tabs as you want on this model. This has a cool, an SS key. I don't know if that's just for like legal stuff. And this arrows go in both directions. That is the margin release. So when you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing or advancing. Hit that margin release, allows you to go all the way to the end. Very good. Open the hood from the back. It clips in from, it locks in from the front like this, and then snaps in the back. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction, you just rotate this ribbon guide here, and it will pull to the left. And what that does is it'll catch the eyelet, which is the metal piece on the end of the ribbon if you have one, and it will pull that and automatically reverse it back and forth indefinitely until it's dry. We do want it to pull to the right side clockwise, and that's the direction we want it to go right now. And this, oops, upside down, this just snaps in from the front like that and down in the back. This is your touch control. The higher up you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit them harder for them to print, but they respond faster. So you just want to play with this to gauge what your preference is as far as touch control goes. And we already showed you the carriage release and the lightning margins. This is your carriage lock, so you just push it down and it will lock in the middle. To unlock it, you push it down and move the carriage to the right. Carriage release on this side. And if you pull the knob out, disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. In the same concept, I believe if you push the line space indicator all the way back, disables the spacing, you put it forward, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.